Today I'm at what's left of the Berlin Wall, also known as the Anti-Fascist Protection Rampart. This was a physical as well as symbolic division between the Eastern communist countries and the Western capitalist countries during the Cold War. Following the end of World War II, Germany was divided into two sections. The western half of Germany was controlled by the capitalist countries, the United States, Britain, and France, and the eastern half was controlled by the Soviet Union, the communist Goliath. Furthermore, Berlin, which was located in the eastern half of Germany, was also divided. A western half administered by the capitalist countries and an eastern half administered by the Soviets. In the years following World War II, Berliners were allowed to freely pass between the eastern and western sections. However, after an estimated 3.5 million East Germans fled to West Germany via Berlin, on August 13, 1961, Soviet authorities began to construct this wall. Throughout the existence of the Berlin Wall, it's estimated that about 100,000 East Germans attempted to flee across to West Berlin, and only about 5,000 of those were successful. It's also estimated that about 200 of them were killed in the process of fleeing across the border. Behind me is the famous photograph of the East German border guard Hans Schumann fleeing across the wall into West Berlin. I am located west of the Berlin Wall. So right now we're looking into what would be Eastern Berlin. And there is an intact section of the Berlin Wall right in front of us. Right in front of us down there with the rounded off top part is the outer wall of the Berlin Wall. It was rounded off to make it difficult for grappling hooks to catch. And then there's kind of like a no man's land, as you can see, in between the walls, where sometimes there'd be anti-personnel traps, anti-vehicle traps. There's also a little patrol road, a patrol tower with a light on top, and there'd also usually be a machine gunner sentry right in there to possibly shoot anybody fleeing into West Berlin. And at the back, too, there is the inner wall. So actually the Berlin Wall had two walls. During the construction of the wall, East German authorities were tasked with removing or demolishing anything that stood in its way, such as houses, churches, or even cemeteries. Where I'm standing right now used to be a section of a cemetery that they relocated right over there. Beginning in 1989, there were a series of popular uprisings in Eastern Bloc countries, particularly Poland and Hungary. Eventually, these uprisings spread to East Germany as well, and by November of 1989, the Berlin Wall eventually fell, leading the way for a reunified Germany.